presentations that were done. The floor is open. Any questions or side comments before now it goes off? We have actually come to the end of the main program and the reason why we are here. I cannot hand over this mic for a comment from this veteran here. Can you give him another round of applause, Mr. Brown? He has been continuously in touch with us to ensure that this program is a success. We give Mr. Sane for side comments, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And good evening, students. It has been a wonderful night today. I am sure all of you must have heard something very interesting. The debate or the discussion here today has been a wonderful one. It's more philosophical, and I was high up in the morning when it was happening. I think we are also enjoying this occasion. This discussion here, it is something, I'm not sure if you understand what is being said. If you do, then you will take with you home something that will ever be with you. The discussion on one of them, life, purposeful life, what's that? Is that? Yeah, life has a purpose. We are here for reasons. And the discussion has gone and has enveloped almost leadership and as well as others. So this is something that I really enjoy. Here I want to add on to that because you're talking of learning and self. As a human being, your purpose in life. Your hands together. I want to add to this, I have a motto that always I have in mind. And that is learning to do, doing to earn, earning to live, and living to serve. You are here doing some learning. And the end result should have been to serve your nation, to serve everybody in the world, to serve humankind. That's why we are here.
True.
Thank you very much. I'm always talking, I talk too much. I'm sure you know that. But
it's okay, service from Faku.
Right.
Hands together for talking too much. Hands together.
So if I say you have a model and this model you have to follow, you learn to do something. We have to guide you. Knowledge is something that you must be guided. Otherwise you can't get yourself out of this web. So you have to be taken out, and that's what the teachers here are for. We're trying to get you through so that you can be able to do what's called, do something so that you can serve at the end of the day. Armitage says you come in. What do you say? Our motto is to come in. What? Huh? Enter to learn and go forth to serve. So at the end of the day we have to serve, so you better do it right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. John. Your hands together. This opportunity to apologize to you for provoking you. I want to inspire you to try as much as this gentleman has done to bring your foot on the sands of time. To try by all means to make sure you understand your purpose in life and to give back to society as much as possible. Because societies are the very institutions that build us and make us who we are. To try your level best, to know what your history is, so that you know exactly where you are heading. To try your level best as students, be ambassadors of peace, be ambassadors of justice, be aspirants of the greatest heights achievable. You can do it. I am sure you can do it. Promise me that you can do it, and God will help you achieve it. On a final note, thank you very much, all of you, for coming. I would like to thank the GRTS crew, the camera crew, and then the driver, and every other person who has participated profoundly, like Jaya has said, who has supported us to be able to do this thing. We thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you.
Okay.
Can you please give them a standing ovation? A standing ovation. You all get up and clap your hands, please. Get up and clap your hands for them, please. All right? Okay, you clap as well. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for being part of history. And thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the Scout bands as well. Thank you very much, students. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and good.
We were not born in midterm. Yeah, we get hope, say one day we go make them. We were not born with money, less opportunity.
Workshop. We came to conclude that we cannot just appreciate them and keep quiet over this. We need to show them that we really appreciate what they have done. And this led us to at least communicate to others to make sure that we get something like a forum where we can just not express our appreciation to the teachers, but to the Armitage students. That's why we at least contributed some 1 or 2 pennies together, and we came back to Armitage to present whatever we had to these 2 teachers. We know there were many teachers who taught us, who inspired us, but at least to start from some point, we thought of 2 teachers who were so attached to us, and up to the present day, there is that connection between those teachers and students. Wherever we meet, we can see the connection. Being the first to come to school, yeah, I'm one of the most pleasant schools in the country. Yeah. There is something that is very important, that's the moral values. I think generally you can say those things are really going down. So many things, even in the communities, moral behaviors, I mean, you cannot just compare them to years ago. I think the way people are brought up and the education system, and also the coming into effect of certain policies and certain laws has protected children. Those days you could hardly hear of child protection issues or the rights of the child or rights of this particular. But I'm not saying these things are bad, but responsibilities and then obligations. So once you are leaving one behind, it brings about imbalance. So generally, I would say standards have gone down, both academically and morally. But that's not surprising. Even when we were here from 91 to 96, those who were here years before us, when they came, these were the words they were also saying, that things have gone down. So it's not surprising that you come to find that at least things have also gone down. So, but at least, even though things have gone down, we are still proud of Armitage, and they can showcase themselves anywhere they find themselves.
Do you think that this program, this initiative, has an impact on the students?
In fact, we are surprised with the turnout. If you realize that we were little to be here, the way we programmed to be here was supposed to be somewhere in the day, and then probably be with them up to somewhere before they go to sleep. But that time has elapsed and they were able to be here. And from the way they were interacting with the moderator and the speaker, I could see that they were very much interested in what is being discussed, and it is inspiring. And I think really had an effect on them. And that was the main reason why we brought all these things here. Most of us, the 96 batch, we are in the Greater Banjul, and others are overseas. And the recipients of this awards are actually in the Greater Banjul. We could have had the program in Banjul or somewhere around there, but we thought it wise to bring it down to Armitage. This is where everything started, so that when students see this, let them not see their teachers as their enemies. These teachers are actually shaping them for tomorrow. These teachers shape us to be somebody today. That's why we brought it here, and I think it really had an effect on them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and we thank GRTS also for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Wait, so take care of this. Everything forward. Yes. This could bring it.
Yeah, I have full assurance that is going to last year, because what is showing is that they all have this full atmosphere. Armitage, there is nobody who will come and make Armitage to be as it should be, more than the students from Armitage. If they have the intention of coming back to Armitage to do almost all of their activities, I think is something that is going to be better for the school. And it is going to make others to have liking of the school. There are certain things that some people have in mind concerning the school. If they see such, they will definitely know that, well, the only thing that we can do is to come together, work hard, try to share either our joys or our sadness. I don't know if they so this is why all these guys are coming back. If not, that's okay. Well, like you said, it definitely is a challenge. But then see, administration, one can say, is something. Not only one can learn through books, but through experience. It becomes easy for you. And then sometimes what I also say is gift from Almighty Allah. My challenge, definitely I do overcome in a very easy way. Because when I took over the school, the difficult parts that I encounter were the feeding aspect. But thank God to Almighty Allah. We are not saying that we are completely satisfied with the feeding aspect, but we are definitely managing. It is better now than before. When we also look at the infrastructural aspect too, we are coming up a bit. At least there is a lot to be done, but still we hope that it will come to our aid. Like what happened concerning the renovation of the dormitories. The former finance minister came to our aid. And we are looking forward to that too. There are so many plans who can do that for us. But we hope that is going to be okay for us. If you go to the academic aspect too, Armitage used to be the best school.
Yes, I'm even let's look at the academic equilibrium. Is there any balance? Like in those days, Armitage used to be a very good school, and because we are coming in a very manner. Nowadays, what was like?
Yeah.
Anyway, for what?
Yeah, in fact, all that we can say is a challenge for us, because if you are doing well, everybody is saying that you are doing well, at times it may lead you to go down. But then if you are going down too, you realize that you are going down, you can make efforts of coming up. That this is why we are coming up. because for the past 2 years, if you look at our results, we did well because we scored 100% passes, and then this 2013 we have 99.9% passes, and then this current one that is coming, we are hopeful that we may get 100% passes as well. And then looking at the number of entries to the university, that is the university requirement. Previously, we normally get 1 or sometimes none to go to the university. But this past year, we have registered almost 7 who got the university entrance requirement. And still, some are there, but maybe it's because of passes that they got in English that denies them of going to the university. But there's a high hope that next year, when they try to do their private in English language, they can still get chance to go to the university. But we want to improve that next year. When the results are out next year, we have the assurance that we can make it up. Because I have strong people on the ground. My students are definitely there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kurusila. Fakrusila.
Yeah, but when I was here, I was just called Momodu Sila.
Momodu Sila.
Yeah.
Momodu, which year do you graduate from Armitage here?
1992. I came here in 1987 and graduated in 1992. Start with the education. I went to Kayaf Primary School and then proceeded to Armitage High School, as I said, 1987 to 92. After Armitage, I went to Gambia High School to do my A-level, and that was 92 to 94. After that, I taught 1 year at the Gambia High School there, then in the middle school, and then proceeded to the St. Mary's University Extension Program. That was 1996, and I graduated in 1999. After that, I served as teaching assistant at the University of the Gambia, which was newly created. Then I shortly went to Holland for 3 years and came back again, continued as teaching assistant, and later taught in the Access program, taught English at the Access program from 2006 to 2010. Since June 2010, I've been working at the National Training Authority as project assistant. The project is called the Gambia TVET project, and TVET means Technical and Vocational Education and Training. So that's about it until now.
So, which means Armitage can be proud of somebody like you people. And then
I think it will be continuous, because even the name suggests it. If they have said Teacher Recognition Award 2013, we suppose there will be 2014 and so on. I am not a member of that group, but I've been associated with the efforts to come back to Armitage and help the school. So that group, I think they came in the year I was leaving. They came in here in 1991, 92 academic year, and that was my final year. So I was a senior boy and they were our juniors. So somehow we impressed them, and all along they have been getting us close to them when they want to do anything. So I think it is by those standards that I am around, because they organized everything until last week. Yeah, when I say last week, today, yeah, last week now. Last week, Monday, I think they started talking to me about their initiative. I saw it on the internet though, Facebook, but I just kept quiet. You know, these are people with their own initiative, and the platform was there for us to discuss whatever. So I allowed them to do what they wanted to do, and later they contacted me and said that they really wanted me to be part of it. So also they involved the main executive committee of the Armitage Student Association, which I also do help. But as I said last night, I don't belong to the executive committee itself. I belong to a committee called Board of Trustees. Because what happened, this current executive committee, they are very active, but they are very young. So some of them are not employed yet, and they have all the time to organize, run around, and so on. And then some of us in the Board of Trustees are of a different generation of graduates from here. They also came here and went at different times.
but at least most of us are older and at higher positions. So we are also able to mobilize our colleagues who are equally higher up there. Some of them may not be around, but then because they trust us, they'll be able to contribute to the school through us. So that's why we made ourselves the board of trustees. So, and then in the board of trustees, we have this principal of the school, who is also an ex-student. And then we also have the president of the executive committee of the Ex-Armitage Student Association. So I am an ordinary member, but I help organize. So I am very enthusiastic about that organization because I got my organizational skills from Armitage. When I was here, I was involved in many associations. In fact, in my final year, I headed about 7 different organizations. So that helped me to become who I am. Immediately after leaving here, I proceeded to Gambia High. There too, I got a position in the Social Studies Society as Director of Debates and Symposia. And when I went to university, from 1997 to 99, I was the president of the National Students Union, that's the Gambia Students Union, popularly called GAMSO. So I got all those skills here. So if I have skills to organize, I think that's what I can bring back. So as we say, the motto of the school is enter to learn and go forth to serve. So I've come and learned some skill. And that skill I want to share with the school in my adult life. And that's what I'm doing, mobilizing efforts to help the school. Because I want to continue to be proud of the school. The essence is, I even want to bring my children here, but they will only come here if the school is still good. So I don't wait until they grow up there, they go to grade 12, grade 9, and I say go to Armitage. If at that particular time I find that Armitage is not a good school to go to, they won't come here.
So you mean the previous Armitage, then Armitage and now Armitage is different when it comes to educational?
No, I'm not saying things are getting bad. I mean, we should make sure that Armitage continues to be good. Okay? So that the time that my children will be old enough to come here, it could even be better than the way it was when I was here. So I'm anticipating that. But I don't let things to deteriorate. I have to keep up the momentum, and to convince my colleagues and every ex-student. We are of different generations. We came in here and went out at different times, but we all have the memory of Armitage at heart. So if we don't stop at just having these sweet memories, but we want to support financially, in kind, or even coming back to teach, like those people who were awarded last night. Now, I would have wanted to come back here and teach, but circumstances, life has many roads. Let me explain it that way, okay? So there are many other things to do, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing. But if they had sacrificed their time and professional career at some point to come back here and teach, I think that's nice. I would love to do that at some point in my life, even as a voluntary worker, like that old man yesterday who also as a peace corps volunteer chose to come back to Armitage. So it's a special kind of feeling to come and support your alma mater. And Armitage is actually a very good school and should continue to be so. Yeah.
Then, Mr. Silva, thank you very much for the time.
Thank you.
Can you tell me your this about to
just transporting the presenters to come over, modestly. But actually, I was more or less the local coordinator, which I couldn't do alone. I was doing in consultation with all the 1991-1996 batch who were actually part of the entire organization process. We regret the fact that some of the badge members were not aware of the organization that we did. And as we said also on the program, the rationale behind all this started as a joke with some posts on somebody else's Facebook wall. Then we deemed it necessary that we can take it to a greater level. And then we thank God this morning that by yesterday the program was organized successfully. We look forward to having it done over and over again. But most importantly, the awardees were happy. The attendants from different parts of the Gambia also were very contented with the program, and the presentations were well articulated. And we wish to take the opportunity to thank all the badge members who have, one way or the other, contributed significantly towards the success of this program. Lamin in particular. Lamin has borne almost, I would always say this, over 50% of the program expenses were coming from Lamin, including your very self, the cameraman, as well as the van that transport the people all the way from Banjul. At some point we thought it was going to be very difficult to make it, but wisdom prevailed, and actually we were able to successfully organize it despite all the odds and the tight schedules and everything else. So we thank God that at the end of the day we have a successful program, and we initiated something that is one of its kind in nature and style, and we hope it could be replicated going forward, and that we look forward to having pretty much more awards in the foreseeable future. And we hope we also inspire the younger generation who were down there in the hall to actually follow suit and ensure that these type of things are actually very frequent, not only an Armitage, but wherever they are. I think the act of saying thank you, as I was personally discussing with Lamin, has been a very, very good way of just returning back whatever you think. And I wrote this on my Skype wall, a quotation from William Worth that said, you know, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. We decided that when we felt the gratitude, when we felt how grateful we are to our teachers who taught us, we needed to say thank you in grand style. So we contributed and gave them a certificate, a cash prize, and a trophy. We wish we could do more, but I'm sure everything, 1,000 miles journey, starts with a step. And indeed, we've taken the right step in the right direction, we hope. And we wish to thank all and sundry, including your very self, the driver, and everybody who has made this program such a historical event. And then we hope we could definitely, going forward, you know, make it bigger than this, and it doesn't just stop here. Thank you.
I'm sorry if I will take you back to your educational background.
Yeah.
As she said, then Armitage, whoever graduate there, expect a good job. And can you tell me what are you doing as of now?
What I am doing as of now, modestly, I am the Senior Manager of Finance and Treasury at Trust Bank Limited. Educational background, Lamin will be laughing when he's watching this. I was modestly the most outstanding student of Armitage in 1996. We had only one distinction then, and I was the only distinction holder for that particular year. Then I proceeded to the sixth form, where I was doing all the sciences, maths, physics, chemistry, statistics. You know, you call them all the science subjects, and then I got an A in general paper, a C in mathematics, C in statistics, and an A in physics when I specialized finally. Then I joined Trust Bank. I went to the Gambia College for a while, of course, about 3 months. Then, you know, I was called a runaway teacher at, and I joined Trust Bank in January 1999 as a cashier. And then later on did my ACCA in the UK for about 2 years. And I came back and currently a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Chartered Accountants, a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants, or the Chartered Certified Accountants of the UK. It is called FCCA. And then we hope we aspire to get more, but that's modestly our educational background. As Senior Manager of Finance and Treasury at Trust Bank, I have about 12 staff working under me. And then one of my main responsibilities is actually ensuring that proper books of accounts are kept for the bank, and also liquidity and then treasury matters are also advised to senior management. I don't think I have much to talk about my academic background and educational backgrounds, because they're just too modest to be discussed.
Okay. So, so you are science converted to...
Absolutely.
Instead of become doctor or scientist?
At some point, I think this is Africa as usual. When I started, I said I wanted to be a doctor. I went all the way to sixth form and I said I wanted to be a civil engineer or some other form of engineer. And then I finished and found myself in a bank and decided to say I wanted to be an accountant.
Congratulations for that.
I've never read accounting before, to be honest. I think I started accounting with the bank, but I thank God that we are one of those few accountants now. On another thing that I do personally too, I host a radio program at West Coast called the Bankers Hour.